And here we go.
What's up, all my Ewokshibles, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I'm going to be talking about Darth Jar Jar because an artist named Kevin Cassidy posted his rendition of Darth Jar Jar on Twitter, and of course everyone is losing their minds because it is freaking awesome. Now, he, from the research that I've done on him, he is a 3D ZBrush artist. I freaking love ZBrush. I use it basically every single day of my life. It is a fantastic program. For those of you that don't know, it's a 3D sculpting and modeling program, and you can create these fantastical things on it and bring these things that only existed in your imagination to life. And you can, because it's a 3D program, you can, you know, transition it and bring things over into Photoshop and then actually 3D print the models that you do in ZBrush. Fantastic program. If you want to get into 3D modeling, I'd highly recommend it. And oh my gosh, this is examples of, you know, some of the things that you can do. You can take the concept, which is Darth Jar Jar, and bring it to life and, you know, imagine what Jar Jar would look like as a Sith Lord. Now, before I saw these images, I had been hearing more and more about the idea of Darth Jar Jar becoming a thing, because as of now, it's still only a fan fiction or a fan theory. But, you know, one of the announcements that came out was, oh, they're releasing an anniversary collection, but guess what? None of the sequel, you know, Disney's fan fiction sequel trilogy characters are in it, but guess who is? Jar Jar. Jar Jar's in it. And then I saw this recently, and it's, you know, Jar Jar Binks is reportedly set to return in the Star Wars, you know, it's Star Wars, the upcoming series. So they're bringing back Jar Jar. And I'm not entirely sure if this is where it came from or if it came from before. I remember really hearing about it, and when somebody was really trying to pitch me the idea of Darth Jar Jar, you know, years and years ago, they used this image of Jar Jar in the Clone Wars TV show. I believe this is from Clone Wars Season 1. It's from the episode where Padme, and it's like the first Padme and Jar Jar episode where they have to go, and she refers to this one character, I cannot remember his name, but she calls him like Uncle, but he's a Rodian, and you know, it's basically stuff happening. It's like, oh my god, is Padme gonna die? It's like, well, no shit, she's not gonna die. She's gonna live because she's in, you know, Revenge of the Sith. So we know she's gonna be fine. But Jar Jar has, you know, everyone kind of thinks, oh my gosh, it's a Jedi Master that's come to save, you know, Senator Amidala. But it's, you know, the scene with Jar Jar, and I remember that was the image that somebody was trying to pitch me, the idea of Darth Jar Jar. And you can go and Google, oh, what is Darth Jar Jar? And it's like, Darth Jar Jar, known as the oft clumsy Jar Jar Binks, was a Gungan senator from Naboo and a secret Sith Lord who was trained by a mysterious holocron in the swamps of his homeland. It was through these committees that the shrewd Gungan was able to make alliances and broker deals. Now, I've heard different versions of this. The one thing that you know, at least people are like, oh, this would be better than the Disney sequel fanfiction trilogy. I'm like, you know what? Actually, it probably would. Honestly, at this point, anything is better than that dumpster fire shit show. And so, my mind, you know, after I read the Darth Plagueis book, and I was like, you know what? It could technically have happened because, for those of you that haven't read it, I'll give you a little brief insight into what happens. So, Darth Plagueis, he runs in, you know, to Palpatine because he's doing stuff on Naboo, and other things come into play. But so Plagueis ends up spending a lot of time going back and visiting Naboo because he's, you know, grooming Sidious to be his apprentice. So during one of those times, I guess, I mean, a holocron could have gotten dropped. If, you know, for my mind, I'm like, oh, well, that could be a good lead-in to Sidious and whatnot. Or you could say, oh, it just happened, you know, years and years before that. Nothing to do with Plagueis, nothing to do with Sidious. He just found a holocron that was there because a Sith Lord was there at one time, and somehow it ended up in the swamp. That's actually pretty plausible too. But it's this idea that I feel like ever since the Disney's, you know, fan fiction sequel trilogy came out, everyone's like, wow, the stuff that people were complaining about in the prequels, I mean, if anything, the Disney fanfiction sequel trilogy made the prequels so much better and so much more beloved to people, and characters like this, it's like, wow, Jar Jar, you're not the worst Star Wars character anymore. Congratulations. And now, I mean, we have fantastic artists like Kevin Cassidy doing renditions of this. And if you guys want to go follow Kevin on Twitter, I would highly recommend it because he posts his amazing art. He also has an Instagram. I mean, he's done other Star Wars characters, like this is Darth Talon, which looks absolutely fantastic. And he posts a lot more images on his Instagram, and so, you know, you can see the zoomed in and like, oh my god, it's so good. Like, holy crap, man, what a talented dude. And I mean, even for Jar Jar, like, he posts different angles, and so you can see here. So one of the things that's great about having ZBrush is, you know, you get the 3D model and you can rotate it and you can see it at all angles, and so that's why you get, you know, something so realistic. And he actually has on his Instagram, I believe this is his wife holding one of his ZBrush models that he was able to 3D print. So I mean, he could easily, you know, print Darth Jar Jar and it become a thing. I mean, considering there apparently is a market for Jar Jar Binks action figures again, I mean, this is so dope. I would buy this, you know, even if this was a bust. This is something that I'm looking at. I'm like, holy fuck, if you can get that paint job on an actual bust, I'd probably buy it just because it looks fucking awesome. And just remember, everyone, Jar Jar Binks got an action figure, and Rey, the bestest ever, Rey Palpatine, cross out the Palpatine, Skywalker, Rey Skywalker, the bestest ever. She didn't get an action figure, but Jar Jar did. Jar Jar did. So I went to go and get, you know, more information for this just to put in the video, and, you know, you click this to go see Darth Jar Jar, and it got deleted within 24 hours. So I thought that was funny because I remember I was looking into this back when, you know, a few days ago when they announced the toy line, because I was actually at Target and I saw a Jar Jar action figure. I was like, what the heck? Like, what year is this? Why is there a Darth Jar? No, I need to stop saying Darth. Why is there a Jar Jar action figure at Target right now in the Black series or whatever they name their series now of action figures? And then I was on Twitter and I saw like a Pirates and Princess article that was like, oh look, you know, Jar Jar's in it, but none of the Disney sequel fanfiction trilogy characters are in it. And I was like, huh, interesting. And that's when I kind of went down the rabbit hole a few days ago, you know, before this video was even made, before I saw this fantastic artwork. So this was up a few days ago. I saw it. I didn't take any screenshots or any screen recordings because I didn't think it was going to be deleted. But when I started compiling everything to make this video, because, you know, I got to get my tabs all ready before I start filming, I found that this was deleted. And it even says here, it was deleted within the last 24 hours. So I'm like, huh, that's funny considering this was posted, what, at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time, today, which is February 1st. But this was deleted within 24 hours. I was like, that's kind of funny. Isn't that kind of funny? That's kind of ironic. So I wonder if there is any, you know, merit behind this idea and behind, you know, this rumor. This is from Inside the Magic, and it says Jar Jar Binks reportedly set to return to Star Wars universe. And I'm like, what if they did something like that? What if they'd have, you know, a show that's gonna have Jar Jar in it, and Jar Jar is gonna be the villain, and they're gonna bring back Jar Jar, and they're actually gonna do the Darth Jar Jar? Interesting, wouldn't it? Kinda, huh? And especially with something like this getting deleted. Maybe there's another reason. Maybe there's a typo. I mean, it gives all these reasons, but I'm over here going, this is too big of a coincidence for me to ignore it. Also, everyone, you know, go follow Kevin on Instagram. That way you can go and see more of these images. And if you're not on Instagram, for those of you that don't know, ArtStation is actually a website where, you know, 3D artists and, you know, Photoshop artists, there's some traditional art on there as well, but it's mainly just digital art. But he also has an ArtStation as well, and it's got, you know, a lot of his stuff, just in case if you're not on Instagram. I know Instagram's kind of weird. If you don't have an account, you can't scroll or anything, but all of the links, if you want to go check out out Kevin's work and go support him are in the description of this video. But also, guys, let me know what you think. Do you guys think that there is any merit behind Darth Jar Jar being a thing and them doing a series of him for Disney Plus? And, I mean, they made an action figure of him and not Rey. You know, there's an action figure of him. None of the Disney fanfiction sequel trilogies have action figures. There's rumors about a show. We already know that this is a popular thing, and everyone's like, "Rah, he's got yellow eyes. He's like a Sith." Rah. We got this leading up from the Clone Wars, so it's already kind of stepping stones from the Clone Wars. Even though if you watch that episode, it's like, nah, man, he ain't no Sith Lord. But I don't know. I think so. It's my speculation. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like this video, smash the like button. If you are new here, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. That way you get other notifications when I do other videos and live streams. And until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's The Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.